Hey everyone, welcome to the Everyday Human Podcast. My name is Easton Taverna. Each day I'll share a reflection written by me and inspired by literature, poetry, music, movies, video games, and more. And after that, I'll share a prompt for you to write your own reflection. Together, we'll explore what it means to be human. Every month, we'll walk a new path, taking a look at life, death, the universe, and everything in between. Thanks for coming along. I'm glad you're here. For more, visit eastontaverna.com or join me on Instagram at _everydayhuman. Hello, everyone. It's June 2nd. Today's reflection is titled, Have the Courage to Ask. And it's inspired by a quote from the poem, Ye Weary Wayfarer by Adam Lindsay Gordon. And it goes like this. Whisper, spring wind, softly singing. Whisper in my ear, respite and nepenthe bringing. Can the goal be near? Laden with the dew of vespers, from the fragrant sky, in my ear the wind that whispers seems to make reply. Question not, but live and labor, till yon goal be won. Helping every feeble neighbor, seeking help from none. Life is mostly froth and bubble. Two things stand like stone. Kindness in another's trouble, courage in your own. All right, and here is my reflection. Coming across Gordon's poem, I set out to write a different reflection than the one you're reading or listening to now. It would have been fine, if not a bit more predictable, focusing on the final quatrain of this selected stanza. Mainly, life is tough, but you must be kind to others, knowing they struggle, and you must be brave in the face of your own. All well and good, a noble notion and an ideal to strive for. But as I read through the poem once more, a certain line stood out to me, the line right before the more widely quoted quatrain begins. Seeking help from none. Well, I think to myself, I don't agree with that, and that is certainly not the message I'm trying to send in this book when I believe it is our connection and capacity for empathy and grace toward others that makes humans human, as well as the ability to not only help, but to ask for help. I'm not familiar with Gordon's work. This was one of the first poems of his that I've read, and whenever I stumble upon a new author, I like to learn a bit more about them, not just as a creative whose work touches me enough to include in this book, but as a person. And as I read a bit about Gordon's life, I reached the inevitable paragraph of his death. One morning in 1870, with mounting debts, no money, and little prospects, Adam Lindsay Gordon took a rifle into a tea tree scrub by the beach in Brighton, Australia, and shot himself. He was 36 years old. This idea of seeking help from none was ingrained in Victorian masculinity, and perhaps as well with a colonial mindset, but it's a dangerous and lonely belief, one that can lead to festering mental and emotional wounds and isolation. Gordon lost his daughter at 11 months, had his head cracked against a gatepost by his horse, and was facing financial ruin. It seems a deep-running depression was almost inevitable given the circumstances. But I have to wonder, could things have been different for him had he the courage to seek the help he so desperately needed? I suppose conjecture is the only answer we'll get to the question. Nevertheless, Gordon's poetry outlived his despair and has offered others strength where perhaps they needed it desperately. What I would like to pull from this beautiful poem and sad story about a man who died so young is that we must recognize that seeking help is not a weakness, but rather it is in our nature as social creatures, and it is often a wise thing to do. Sometimes this comes with age. In some sad cases, it comes too late, or not at all. Sometimes it's the bravest thing a person can do. Seeking help is a courageous thing indeed. And there ends today's reflection. So, whatever you are going through, whether it's anything to do with your job, a relationship, something internal within you. Don't be afraid to ask for help. The people around you love you and they want to help you. And there are people out there who don't even know you who want to help you and would be willing to. It's no weakness to ask for help. It's a brave thing and it's a good thing. So make sure you do when or if you need to. So here's your reflection question. Do I have the wisdom to recognize when I need help from others? Do I have the courage to seek it? All right, that's it for June 2nd. I'll be back tomorrow, June 3rd, with another reflection. Have a good one and take care.